The movie opens with a grand introduction to a powerful and threatening force known as Necromongers. This relentless galactic army, driven by a dark purpose, is on a quest to conquer the Underverse, a mystical realm of new and dark worlds. Their leader, the Lord Marshal, has returned from the Underverse with newfound formidable powers. Under his ruthless command, the Necromongers sow destruction and chaos throughout the universe. The scene then shifts to Planet 6, where we find the protagonist, Riddick, in a dangerous situation. He's being pursued by a team of mercenaries, led by a character named Tooms. Riddick, known for his cunning and exceptional combat abilities, draws the mercenaries into a cave. In this dark environment, Riddick's skills shine as he expertly dispatches Tooms' men one by one. After the skirmish, Riddick captures Tooms for questioning. Tooms admits he was hired for this job anonymously, but mentions an important detail. The contract originated from the Helion Prime. Intrigued and seeking answers, Riddick releases Tooms and commandeers the mercenary ship, setting a course for Helion Prime. As he travels, Riddick contemplates the themes of trust and betrayal, reflecting on a past experience where a holy man he once saved and considered a friend proved to be untrustworthy. Elsewhere, on planet Crematoria, a dramatic scene unfolds. A woman is being forcefully confined in a steel box, and then a cage against her vehement protests and the growling of nearby caged beasts. Despite her struggle, she's eventually subdued and imprisoned. On board the ship, Riddick experiences a haunting vision. A woman appears in his dream, prophesizing that he will soon remember the events that occurred on his home planet, Furia. This vision is interrupted by the turbulence and alarms of the ship. When a security ship approaches and orders Riddick to submit to an inspection, he chooses to engage in combat, successfully evading capture. Back on Helion Prime, a mom, a figure from Riddick's past, is seen walking the streets, sensing the anxiety among the people about the Necromonger's imminent arrival. When a mom returns home, he finds Riddick waiting for him. Riddick accuses Amam of revealing his location to the mercenaries. Amam, while defensive, admits he may have inadvertently exposed Riddick due to fear of the Necromongers. Their tense exchange is interrupted by the arrival of Amam's daughter, Ziza. Fascinated by Riddick, a figure she knows from her father's stories, Ziza is quickly ushered away by her mother, Lajun. Refocusing the conversation, Riddick questions who might have placed the bounty on his head, hinting at a large, more intricate web of intrigue and danger surrounding him. The story delves deeper into the universe's perilous state as Amam shares his concerns about the looming threat of the Necromongers to Helion Prime. Riddick, known for his detachment, listens but remains non-committal. Their discussion is soon disrupted by the arrival of hooded figures led by Arion, an envoy of the elemental race. In a stunning revelation, Arion admits she orchestrated the bounty on Riddick, hoping to recruit him to combat the Necromongers. Amam shares a tale of Furian male infants being massacred, a story that triggers memories in Riddick about his mysterious origins. Their conversation is cut short by guards searching for Riddick. Amam implores Riddick to help defend against the invasion, but Riddick is initially hesitant. He springs into action only when the Amam accuses him of abandoning a young girl to her fate. Using the darkness to his advantage, Riddick swiftly and effectively neutralizes the guards. Amam reveals the fate of Jack, a girl who idolized Rick as a brother and never forgave him for leaving her. She's now incarcerated on the brutal planet Crematoria. Riddick, burned by his past decisions, departs, lamenting that everyone should have stayed away from him. As Riddick leaves, the Necromongers invade Helion Prime, unleashing chaos. During the conflict, Amam attempts to secure safety for his family, but becomes entangled in the crossfire. Riddick intervenes, saving Amam from a deadly leap into the fray. In a tense moment, a mortally wounded Necromonger soldier launches a destructive orb of light, devastating everything in its path. Riddick offers to aid Amam's family in escaping the planet, but Imam chooses to seek refuge. Riddick stealthily guides them, evading the Necromonger's heat signature scans. Imam, trying to divert the Necromongers, confronts a warrior named Ergun, leading to Riddick later discovering Imam's lifeless body and taking his necklace. The following morning, the film showcases the Necromonger's victory. Lord Marshal and Commander Vako, alongside Vako's wife, Dame Vako, survey the conquest. The Purifier announces their intent to correct the universe's errors and demands the people's conversion or destruction. Amidst the crowd, Riddick stands defiant, challenging the Necromongers. Riddick demands a confrontation with Ergun, the warrior who pursued Imam. After defeating Ergun, Riddick captures Lord Marshal's attention, who offers him the duel's blade. Riddick is then brought to the Quasi-Deads, telepathic beings who identify him as a Furian. Lord Marshal, seeing Riddick as a threat, orders his execution. Riddick eludes capture, but is eventually apprehended by Tomb's crew, tracking him with a locator from his stolen ship. Aboard the ship, Tombs ponders Riddick's fate, mulling over potential buyers. Riddick manipulates Tombs, suggesting Crematoria Prison as his destination, setting the stage for his next perilous chapter. Meanwhile, tension rises in the Necromonger's armada as Vako approaches Lord Marshal, but his hostility is halted by the Lord Marshal's abrupt turn. Vako reports Riddick's location, but Lord Marshal insists on pursuing him. In private, Dame Vako sows seeds of ambition in Vako, hinting at his potential rise to power. But Vako reacts aggressively, wary of the Lord Marshal's ever-watchful presence. In a separate scene, Lord Marshal demands Riddick's location from the captive Arion. Dame Vako observes this exchange, commenting on Aaron's unusual treatment and advising Vako to follow the orders while investigating Riddick's threat to the Lord Marshal. The narrative shifts to Crematoria, where Tomb's ship carrying Riddick crash lands in a cave. Riddick is taken into the prison and immediately establishes his dominance. He encounters Kyra, previously known as Jack, and after a brief confrontation, she flees, leaving Riddick intrigued by her transformation. Back with the Necromongers, the Purifier subtly challenges Vako's loyalty, suggesting their mission to find Riddick might be a test of faith. Vako, angered by the insinuation, dismisses the Purifier's implications. Elsewhere, Dame Vako interrogates Arion, uncovering a prophecy about a young Furian warrior destined to bring down a male Furian. Dame and Vako deduce that the Lord Marshal is the male Furian from the prophecy, and that Riddick could be his downfall. Dame then instructs Vako to eliminate Riddick, proving his allegiance and paving the way for rebellion. Unbeknownst to Vako, the Purifier overhears their scheme. Meanwhile, in Crematoria, the guards release ferocious beasts into the prison. Riddick and Kyra, along with other inmates, fight for survival amidst the chaos. Riddick even manages to tame one of the beasts, displaying his unique affinity with creatures. A tense moment arises when a guard inappropriately frisks Kyra. She retaliates, but the guards overpower her. Riddick intervenes, skillfully eliminating the guard with a mere teacup. The other guards flee in fear, leaving Riddick and Kyra alone. They engage in a heated argument about Kyra's past choices, revealing the complexities of their relationship. Riddick then hatches an escape plan, noticing that the guards open a chamber for fresh air. He recruits Gov, another inmate, to join them. Above the prison, the warden finalizes the deal with Tombs, but their transaction is interrupted by news of a Necromonger ship approaching Crematoria. A gunfight ensues, and Tombs narrowly escapes down a rope. Riddick uses this opportunity to climb the rope and release the prisoners. He traps Tomb among the beasts and raises the guard's platform to the surface. However, the inmates face the peril of the deadly sun's rays. Gov suggests they wait until nightfall to reach the hangar and leave the planet. The guards, realizing the inmates' plan, attempt to stop them. Riddick, stealthily positioned above, incapacitates Anatoly with a swift attack, The movie builds to a crescendo of suspense and action as Riddick leads the inmates in a daring bid for freedom, challenging both the prison's harsh environment and the looming threat of the Necromongers. A dramatic confrontation ensues between the inmates and guards at crematoria. The intense exchange of fire forces the guards to retreat to their hideout for recovery. Meanwhile, the inmates rush toward the stone mountain, but the scorching heat of the sun soon forces them to seek refuge behind the rocks. Kyra, lagging behind, finds herself trapped in a sun-exposed corner. In a daring move, Riddick swings on a rope to rescue her, landing safely in the shadows, just as the lethal heat wave nearly overtakes them. As they reach the summit, the Necromonger ship arrives, adding to the already tense situation. The Necromongers wait at the prison's entrance, and when it opens, the guards unexpectedly launch an attack. Amidst the chaos, Vako shoots Riddick, rendering him incapacitated. Kyra bravely intervenes, causing Vako to lose his balance and drop his weapon within reach of Gov. Vako, however, swiftly ends Gov's life. Riddick, weakened and vulnerable, finds himself at gunpoint as Vako closes in. At this critical moment, the mysterious woman from Riddick's vision appears, touching his chest and triggering memories of Furia's destruction. This encounter unleashes a powerful blast from Riddick, incapacitating the surrounding Necromongers. As the sun's fiery blaze re-emerges, the Necromongers hastily retreat to their ship, with Kyra following, believing Riddick to be dead. Riddick regains consciousness to find the Purifier approaching with a message from the Lord Marshal. Stay away, and the hunt for Riddick will cease. The Purifier, revealing his own Furian identity, regrets his actions in the name of misguided faith and warns Riddick about Kyra's impending fate. Embracing his destiny, the Purifier walks into the deadly sunfire. On Hellion Prime, the Lord Marshal praises Vako's achievements, but remains unaware of Vako's internal conflict about failing to deliver Riddick's body. Dame Vako manipulates the situation, ensuring the Lord Marshal believes Riddick to be dead, while plotting with Vako to seize power. On board the Necromonger's ship, Riddick's presence is sensed. His confrontation with the Lord Marshal is imminent as the Necromonger forces gather. Riddick stealthily infiltrates the ship, taking out guards and positioning himself near the throne room. In a dramatic showdown, Riddick faces the Lord Marshal, who now wields a glaze-eyed Kyra converted to a Necromonger. The Lord Marshal tempts Riddick with the promise of conversion and a new life in the Underverse. Kyra, seemingly under the Lord Marshal's influence, echoes this promise. Riddick, fueled by anger and grief, lashes out, leading to an intense battle with the Lord Marshal. The Lord Marshal seemingly gains the upper hand, but Kyra intervenes, stabbing him from behind. In a tragic turn, the Lord Marshal retaliates, mortally wounding Kyra. As Kyra dies in Riddick's arms, Dame Vako urges her husband to seize the moment. Vako hesitates, giving Riddick the opportunity to fatally wound the Lord Marshal. In the aftermath, as Vako and Dame Vako grapple with their failed coup, Riddick, overwhelmed with grief, ascends to the throne. The Necromongers, recognizing a new leader, kneel before him. The film concludes with Riddick reluctantly accepting his new role, leaving his future and that of the Necromongers uncertain. This ending sets a somber yet powerful tone, highlighting Riddick's journey from a long fugitive to a reluctant ruler in a universe filled with danger and intrigue. Man, what an epic showdown. What'd you think about that last scene? Let me know in the comment section below. And hey, if you want to see another movie recap, then make sure you click that video that's on screen now. Thank you guys for watching all the way until the end. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more movie recaps. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.